Continuing quoting from the Shinar Directive, Nimrod also possessed the strength, cunning, and cruelty of the children of the Watchers before the flood. Nimrod comes from the Hebrew name to rebel. It points to some violent and open rebellion against God. Nimrod began to be a mighty one in the earth by bold and daring deeds. His rebellion is associated with the beginning of his kingdom and suggests that his hunting and mighty deeds were related primarily to hunting men by tyranny and force. Josephus says that Nimrod persuaded people to ascribe their happiness to him rather than God. Still quoting here about Nimrod, he established the first kingdom and the first universal false religion opposing God since the flood of Noah. Starting right here. Nimrod possessed both a demonic intelligence and a supernatural strength that enabled him to enslave people through tyranny and force. He became the first ruler of the known world, the first new world order, and established the first one world religion. Nimrod is the perfect type and shadow in the Old Testament of the Antichrist. The Antichrist will be an unstoppable warrior. His cruelty will know no bounds. He will enslave the world as the new leader of the New World Order. And he will establish a one world religion to draw all men away from the true God and creator of mankind. No other figure in history or the Bible, not even the pharaohs of Egypt, come close to personifying the Antichrist the way that Nimrod did. Nimrod was the first person who declared open war against God. That's a very powerful statement. And it also gives us an indicator of where all of these secret societies and blood oaths, where they go back to, and the land in which they go back to. Still quoting here, understanding the two faces of Nimrod. Although his ruthlessness is well documented in most biblical resources, I do think they overlook the other side of Nimrod. He was able to inspire men to come under his leadership. He was genius in military tactics. He was a consummate politician. He developed cities, honed an entire civilization, and birthed a religion that is still spreading like a cancer in the world today. Nimrod's spiritual influence was so great that families worldwide willingly offer their children on the fiery altars of Moloch. Nimrod would be the perfect world leader for today. Boy, isn't that true. He would be able to mesmerize the masses into following him without question. And he would engineer a society that reflects his true personality, the perfect blending of sophistication and savagery. High culture and blood would run through the streets of the cities and nations that would build and rule, or that he would build and rule. That is also a perfect description of the Antichrist. Prosperity would be extended to those who gave unquestioned loyalty. Truly the reincarnation of Nimrod. So, some of the things Nimrod was doing and passing on to the Freemason secret societies that my family lineage is a part of, among many other people. He was building the first new Atlantis that would reestablish the secrets of the Watchers embedded within a mystery religious system to turn men away from the living God. Mr. Lake points out here that he would like to highlight some of the practices that plague our world that were part of Nimrod's mystery religion. And I'm not going to say them, I'm just going to point them out here. Of course, that. This. This, and also was a believer of reincarnation, ascension, and apotheosis. And what is that? The ability to become a god. Nimrod became a demigod, or Nephilim, without killing himself in the process. In Freemasonry and Egyptian mythology, apotheosis only occurred after death, thus illustrating their pale accomplishments compared to him. Ascension is passing from this physical plane to become a spiritual god or ascended master. And then reincarnation. After his death, Nimrod ascended to become the sun god, but later was reincarnated as Tammuz. And they also practice this, along with all of those other atrocities mentioned. Now you understand why the occult seeks to do these things behind closed doors and requires initiation into their orders with terrifying oaths to keep their secrets. It is not only for the knowledge of how to build nations, sway populations to their will, and garner wealth and power. It is to hide from the general public these practices that create the spiritual empowerment for their endeavors. What a powerful statement. And I think we're beginning to see, or at least I am, how these secret societies and organizations began. And they are all part of this rebellion against the one true God.